The Tesla Model Y is already one of the most popular EVs on the planet, and an extensive update gives it renewed interest. The so-called Juniper refresh for the Model Y arrived in 2025 and mirrors many of the changes made to the Model 3 sedan in its compelling Highland refresh for 2024. As competitors like the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Cadillac Lyriq, and Ford Mustang Mach-E also continue to improve, will the 2026 Model Y Juniper maintain its lead? What we think the refreshed Model Y noticeably closes previous gaps. The reworked suspension brings a more composed ride, and the software upgrades such as the Grok Voice AI and advanced route planning keep Tesla's techie edge apparent. Still, it's not without flaws. The ride, while improved, still trails key rivals in refinement, and the much-hyped full self-driving FSD system remains inconsistent and requires constant driver supervision. Why not just drive yourself instead? At the base level, the Model Y delivers standout efficiency, long range, and lots of tech, but value takes in higher trims, especially given the competition's leaps in comfort and feature polish. The ultra-minimalist interior could really use a few physical buttons. In short, if you prioritize EV ease of use and in-vehicle tech, the Model Y is compelling. If ride quality, driving dynamics, interesting styling, and balanced value are more appealing, look at the Model Y's rivals. Consider that the Model Y finished fourth in our recent 7-way EV SUV comparison test. What's new on Model Y Juniper? Although still based on the same fundamental platform from its 2019 debut, the Model Y gains notable changes in its Juniper update. At the front and rear, trendy full-width light bars are present, with the headlight similar to that of the glowering Cybertruck, and the lower bumpers are subtly reshaped. Certain aspects of the interior, such as the infotainment touchscreen and center console, are familiar. However, many other important aspects are new. Reshaped seats with ventilation, a redesigned dashboard, ambient lighting, the shifter now integrated into the touchscreen. Interior material quality also improves. Also look for an 8.0-inch rear seat touchscreen for climate controls and apps such as games and Netflix. Tesla has indicated the updated Model Y will provide faster Wi-Fi connectivity and more range for phone key. Powertrain options carry over, but the Model Y Juniper receives retuned suspension for a smoother ride and improvements to cabin acoustics. A reworked Model Y performance has now joined the range with enhanced dynamic capabilities. Range, charging, and performance. Despite all the changes to the Model Y Juniper, its basic battery and motor specifications carry over mostly unchanged. The 2026 Model Y continues to offer a long-range RWD base model, which sends about 295 horsepower and 310 lb-ft of torque to the rear wheels, good for an approximately 5.4-second 0 to 60 miles per hour time. The long-range AWD model adds an additional motor to the front axle, increasing output to 397 horsepower and 389 lb-ft of torque, and reducing the 0 to 60 sprint to 3.8 seconds. In Motor Trend's road trip range test, the Model Y long-range AWD went 252 miles. Expect the long-range RWD model to get about 290 miles. All new Model Y variants have a 75 kilowatt-hour battery, which can recharge at up to 250 kilowatts, a good rate among today's EV crossovers. In Motor Trend charge testing, the Model Y dual motor long range gained 133 miles in the first 15 minutes after plugging in, and 194 miles after 30 minutes. Model Y Performance Juniper, a new performance variant, is again part of the Model Y Juniper range, featuring 460 horsepower for an estimated 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 3.3 seconds. Other updates to the suspension and brakes should make the Model Y performance feel sportier than other versions of the Model Y. Cheap Model Y Standard. Tesla has introduced the Model Y Standard, a stripped-out, low-feature version of the vehicle intended for a more affordable starting price. It has a smaller battery and single rear motor, which should provide sufficient road performance but not great road trip range. Hints of cost-cutting are very apparent, from the small wheels to the downgraded headlights and taillights to the cloth seats, manually adjustable steering column, fewer speakers, and deleted ambient lighting. At least it includes a glass roof like every Tesla, except here it's fully blocked off by an opaque headliner in the cabin. The suspension also isn't adaptive like what's fitted on other versions of the new Model Y, meaning the standard version likely rides badly, like the old Model Y. Autopilot and full self-driving on Model Y Juniper. Like all Tesla models, a variety of driver assist and active safety features are included on the Model Y Juniper update. As part of the standard Autopilot suite, The Model Y will have automatic emergency braking, automatic high beams, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and more. Autopilot does not make the Model Y drive itself. For greater autonomous capability, Tesla sells the full self-driving FSD upgrade. This software allows Tesla vehicles to steer, accelerate, and brake without any input by the driver. In our experience, it's prone to erratic behavior and poor decision-making. The Model Y Juniper likely won't have anything new that improves those outcomes, but it can still gain over-the-air software updates over time. New Model Y seats and cargo space. Although Tesla used to offer a 3-row Model Y, that hasn't been added to the Juniper lineup. For now, the Model Y is sold only as a 2-row SUV. Technology in the Model Y Juniper. Notable tech upgrades include an 8.0-inch infotainment touchscreen for backseat passengers, an audio system with more speakers, and color-selectable ambient lighting. The Model Y Juniper continues to be equipped with a 15.0-inch main infotainment touchscreen. That touchscreen already contained nearly every setting and function, and now is even more integral as it becomes where drive and reverse are selected. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto remain unavailable. 2 wireless charging pads are included up front, and several USB-C ports are positioned around the cabin, although one fewer in the front row than before. New Model Y Juniper prices. The 2026 Model Y long-range RWD starts at about $46,500, and the long-range AWD version begins at slightly less than $51,000. The new Model Y Standard goes for just more than $41,000.